Welcome back to Beyond the Bureau. We hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, day, night, or whatever time you're listening to this. I'm Quinn.
And I'm SadieMae. Today we are happily joined by two members of the GHS Girls Basketball team. Thank you guys for coming on the podcast with us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
In this episode, we're going to ask you a few questions about your time as a part of the program here at JAG.
But first, let's introduce our guest. Tell us who you are and how long you've been connected to the hours to... This is not your best work.
I said it was.
Quinn, come on.
But first, let's introduce our guest. Tell us who you are and how long you've been connected to the hour...
To our
basketball program at our school.
Go.
Me? Okay, I'm Mandy Cardinal, and I've been playing for, Garfield since probably, 4th or 5th grade, but I played at the Y before that.
I'm Kolby Fresch, and probably the same as Mandy. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a long while.
It's been a long journey.
And looking back on this past basketball season, what do you feel were some of the team's biggest wins?
I don't know. I don't know if the wins, we had a lot of really good games that I think set us in the right direction. We didn't win against Southeast, but we played good. And we didn't win against Crestwood, but we played good then too. And I think that really helped us into the next games.
Yeah.
But I think getting the back-to-back wins over Liberty and Badger, because we had a Friday-Saturday thing going on there, I think getting that really helped us early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think LeBray at home was a very good game because, first time we played them at their place was not good, but we came in with a whole different mindset against them at home, so...
You had the comeback.
Yeah.
Home field.
Yeah.
Home court. Which teams do you feel pose the biggest challenges for the Lady G-Men?
Crestview?
That's definitely always a solid answer, is always Crestview.
I feel like that's the answer for almost every sport.
Yeah, I feel
like Crestview's always the rival.
Yeah, I feel like it's either them or LeBray is always an MVAC conference rival for girls or guys, either whatever sport it is.
Yeah, because if we look back at previous podcasts, who's the biggest rival? Crestview.
I know. I think I said that in the soccer
one
one
too.
Soccer.
Crestview is our mortal enemy
Yeah.
at Garfield.
We do not like the Rebels here.
No.
What do you guys think is the best method to coming back after a tough loss or tough game in general?
I think having a good practice really helps. If you're going to get, you're not going to play your best game, then you have to have a good week of practice, and that will really propel you into having a good game.
Yeah, I agree. And especially film. Usually we'll just watch film on the other team, the next opponent. But when we watch film on the game that we just played and see the things that we did wrong, I think it also helps us improve.
Yeah, I agree.
Learning from the previous mistakes.
Yeah.
And I would guess that week of practice probably brings the team together right
Yeah.
before that game.
Definitely.
Prepared. As a team, what is your defensive philosophy?
Definitely, communication, I think, is, really big because we're not the best offensive team, so we really have to be good on defense, and that would lead into having a better offense.
Yeah, defense is definitely our strongest suit or whatever, but, we definitely put a lot of work in on defense.
Yeah.
That helped us
We switched
win
up
the games that we won.
our defenses, too, a lot, and I
Yeah.
think being able to, help each other through that was really beneficial for us.
Yeah.
Mhm. Over your basketball careers, what have been some of your biggest accomplishments?
You got this, Kolby.
Well, I got all glue this year, and
What does that mean?
It means, you hold the team together.
Okay.
that was probably the biggest thing. But just the coaches and stuff told me that I changed a lot from even last year to this year. So as a little bit of confidence boost to
Yeah,
me.
you had a really good year this year.
Thanks.
Just made a lot of improvements.
Yeah.
I'd say probably the school record would be my
Yeah.
accomplishment.
Makes sense. Are you looking to beat your record again next year?
That's the goal.
Yeah.
My one coach wants me to go for 50, and I said, okay.
I also fear that the comeback this year
Yeah.
was
That's kind of good too, I guess.
It's kind of all right. It's kind of
all right.
It's okay.
Who are some of your team's highest scorers during this past season?
definitely not Mandy Cardinal. Definitely not.
No, I'd say I feel like most of the team averaged around the same. It was it'd be like it'd be like me, and then there would be like 3 people that averaged around the same amount of points. And I
Mm.
think that was Riley for a while, Charlie for a
Yeah.
while. I think Kolby had it for a little bit too. I think you were up there.
I
She
would
made a
definitely
face,
say
but I think she definitely was.
I would definitely say Mandy and Riley were probably our
Yeah.
most consistent, and
Mhm.
then
Charlie and
Char-
Kylene had a couple games where they averaged a good amount, but I don't know
And-
if it lasted the whole year.
I think when Maddie stepped in,
Yeah,
Maddie
that
stepped
was
in
good.
in crucial parts. That
Yeah.
really helped us.
Our sophomore class really stepped up when they needed to.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like a good thing looking for like future seasons.
Yeah,
is,
definitely.
like,
for sure.
seeing how the underclassmen are
Mhm.
developing now. What is it
Yeah.
going to look like their junior, senior year?
Yeah.
Because that's how I feel like that's how we were with Colby. Like we needed somebody to step up, and then she stepped up, and she had this great year. And then I think the sophomores are trying to like replicate what she did. So
Thanks.
yeah, so if we can have somebody step up like Colby did next year, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I think Charlie and Kylene had a very good year, but they had
Yeah.
experience. But Maddie just getting thrown into
Yeah,
varsity and like
It's-
all varsity, no JV
Yeah.
was a
Mhm.
very
and that kind of happened with Charlie last year too.
Yeah.
Like she went from she had a weird year. She was like JV, and then she was floating, and then she got thrown into starting, and
Mhm.
it was like really all around
Yeah.
for her, and she did pretty good with it too.
yeah.
Gotta adjust to anything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And speaking of those upcoming, like the upcoming underclassmen, what are each of your expectations for the next few years, girls basketball teams?
I'll be gone, but
Well, when you come back and watch us, like every game.
I definitely am excited to see how Mandy does her senior year and Kaylin and Riley. Kaylin definitely is a crucial part of Lady
Yeah.
GMA basketball. I think she really holds the team together.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what role she takes on next year. And Riley, she's probably going to be the main post next year. I mean, she kind of was this year, but just being a senior, it's a whole different mindset. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see how the juniors take it on next year.
I
Mhm.
think we had a really promising group of underclassmen this
Mhm,
year. Like
for sure.
we haven't floated 4 people like consistently for a while. Like even my freshman year, I think it was like you and Jay and Kaylin were the
Yeah.
floaters.
Yeah.
And I mean, we floated Becca, Tenley, Peyton, and am I missing?
I mean,
Maddie,
floated for a
but
little
she,
bit.
yeah. And then they all just kind of like stepped in. They didn't really play, but they provided a lot of energy on the bench. So if they can do what they were doing on the bench, on the floor,
Yeah.
I think that'll be really helpful.
And even when they came in, they still
Yeah.
got buckets.
I
and
think they
still,
all got varsity points this
Yeah.
year. Like,
Yeah.
That's,
not like a lot, but I think everybody had at least 1 point, which is
Mm-hmm.
really good coming off of like a JV starting lineup.
like they all hold at least one stat against
On
the
a
games.
varsity level,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
have at least one stat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like as an underclassman, that is huge.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like so big for your mindset. Like
Yeah.
going into whatever grade you're gonna go into next year, you'd be like, yeah, last year I got in the like the book like consistently through something. That's just
Right.
so
Yeah.
good for your mindset. I feel like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, what goals do you have for the next years for the Lady G-Men?
I'd say probably something close to what we had set for this year. We came up short of a couple of our goals, but I think overall we were like very focused on getting them, and if we stay focused, I think that'll be good.
Yeah. I feel like a big goal for us was like to stay at 500 or get to 500, which is like whatever, half and half wins. And
Yeah.
I'd like to see you guys exceed past 500 next
Yeah,
year.
because our big goal for this year was double-digit wins, and we were 1 game off of that, and we had plenty of opportunities to
Yeah.
get into the 10, but we didn't. So I think that's going to be a big goal for us
Is
next
get
year.
that double
Yeah.
digits.
Yeah, another thing I feel like is like consistency.
100%.
I would like to see you guys like be more consistent because that was a thing that boy coach even
Yeah,
always
that
told
was
us.
like his thing this year was how inconsistent we were.
Yeah. It's all right.
It's all right.
What have been some of your guys' favorite or most memorable moments during your basketball career?
Everything. Literally, I say this to everybody, but like the Lady Gym and basketball like program is kind of like no other in my opinion.
I have
It's
to agree.
like the coaching staff, like with Mandy, having Mandy and Mandy's dad is literally amazing. It's so fun
It's a
and
family
like
business.
Oh,
yeah.
God, yeah.
And we all get a different part of boy coach than there's boy coach and there's Mr. Gilbert, but we get like the
nobody
boy
has
coach
the
side
same
of him.
experience with him.
Like he's actually fun, guys. I swear, he's kind of funny sometimes.
He might not look like it on the bench, but he can be fun. I promise.
And all the team dinners.
Yeah,
Gonna miss those. Those have a special place in my heart.
You can come back. You can be my +1 next year.
I'm gonna have to be.
And,
Can't miss out on it.
Yeah, and I will say Taylor definitely. She's like our team mom, which is so important when you have a boy coach on the coaching staff.
Yeah.
So having a team mom to like calm you down or like whatever, set you straight is really nice.
Understands it a bit more.
Yeah.
Because she played for boy coach too. His first season was like her senior season or something like that, and they were awful. And she saw all the sides of boy coach that year, so I think she kind of understands what we go through.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be here, but he couldn't find somebody to cover his class.
Not good enough effort from him.
No.
We're calling him out. We're
This
calling
is very
him out.
inconsistent of him.
Boy coach, you're fired. You're done.
Out.
No more podcast opportunities for him.
Never
Yeah,
again.
So, as a senior, what did you feel like to play your last game of high school basketball?
Well, it was such a close game, and we were so far ahead in like the first quarter. Where at first I was like, wait, we kind of have this one in the bag because our tournament game last year was not good.
Oh.
But as soon as like they inbounded the ball, they kind of just held it, and I was just like, well, this is it. I mean, I still got one more sport left, but just like knowing that I'll never play with Mandy again, and I'll never play with Riley again. I have another season with Kaylin, but I mean, I've played with them for 3 years, and I've played for boy coach for technically 5 seasons. So, I mean, it was definitely not easy.
Yeah.
And the post-game talk was not fun either. It was kind of just like, thank you guys for everything, and you're just like sitting there and you're like drowning in your sorrows basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good ride, but it was definitely not how I wanted to see it end. But
Yeah. And also as a senior, do you feel that you also kind of took on a coaching role on the team to some of the underclassmen?
Yeah, for sure. A thing with me is like, for some reason, in every sport I play, no matter like what grade I am, like if I'm in a bad mood, other people are going to be in a bad mood. If I'm in a good mood, people will be in a good mood. If I'm literally silent the whole time, there's going to be no communication. But if I'm yelling, then it proceeds to like pass on to others. So I definitely feel like I took on like, not technically like the coaching role, but kind of like the mother role of like just like the oldest one on the floor.
Like a mentor.
The booster.
Yeah.
Hence the all glue thing, guys. That's where it comes in.
Okay,
Mandy. I know. Cut it out over there. Got to get the mic taken away.
No, thank you. I like my mic.
No.
Yeah, I like being able to hear everything.
But like,
Whatever.
so yesterday with what Kolby was saying, I witnessed this firsthand yesterday during softball tryouts because she started like yelling at all of us because we were doing an obstacle course.
Oh, Lord.
Another
And then
call
just
out.
everybody started yelling, and then at the end we were like all in our little group, and Coach Fallhaber goes, "This was the loudest I've ever heard this gym," and it was all because of Kolby.
You know, I just love to yell, and then when other people start to yell, I'm like, oh yeah, let's go.
This is good.
This is what I wanted.
This is from me.
Guys.
Oh wait. Is there anything special that the team does before or after a game that just has become a tradition?
The music.
The music. We do have a really good hype playlist. I will say before, that's Colby's. That's Colby's.
I'm a
You
speaker.
bring together the playlist.
She
Oh, yeah.
does. I will say, kind of a new thing because we haven't done it before. I don't think we started praying before games, which kind of I don't know. I feel like it kind of brought us together a little bit before
Yeah.
going. I mean, it like centered us a little bit, calmed
Yeah.
everybody down, got us all in the same place.
We usually, I don't know why, but I just brought that up this year. Like, we talked
Yeah.
about it during soccer, and, like, the football boys do it before games. So, like, I just was like, let's just start doing this.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we would have Charlie do it sometimes.
Oh, boy.
Sometimes Leah Hill
We
would try to
tried.
do it,
She
and
tried.
Annie Rado, but then everybody would start laughing, and I'm like, guys, we cannot
Charlie was
laugh.
really the only one that could
Yeah.
do it with, like,
A
could
straight
get through a
face.
whole
Mhm.
prayer,
Uh-huh.
like, without
Yeah.
laughing in the middle of it.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely, like, calmed us down a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
And just was like, okay, this isn't like as bad as we think it's gonna be, or like whatever.
And what have been some of your biggest setbacks during your basketball careers?
I'm gonna have to go with my
Snap,
knee.
crackle, pop.
I'm gonna have to go with my knee. That was definitely a setback. I apparently came back fast though, so that was good. Yeah.
And when did that happen?
It was February last year against Crestview, and I got surgery in
The
March.
rivals.
Dang,
I just
Crestview.
love Crestview. And then I got surgery in March, and then I came back like right before basketball season. Like I got a week of no contact, and then I was right into practices, and then it wasn't really like they said they were gonna like ease me back into it, but that really never happened.
Yeah.
So it was,
All or
I was just,
nothing.
yeah, I was kind of just thrown into it again,
I mean,
which is fine.
There were some games where you wouldn't play the last quarter.
Yeah, that
But-
was like Ritztown. I did. Ritztown,
Yeah.
I think I played maybe like 2 quarters.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
awful.
that was not a good Lady G-Men game.
I feel like I haven't had any really physical setbacks, except do not play basketball with acrylic nails because I no longer have any
Kolby
pinkies.
does not have pinky nails anymore.
My pinkies are gone. But I mean, I feel like mental is definitely just the
Yeah.
kind of setback,
100%, yeah,
especially last year. I mean,
that was hard.
it was like a scrimmage, and they were so much bigger than us, and I'm like a paint player, and I told the coaches, I was like, I can't guard them. And they were like, okay, well, then you can't play. And then I was like, I refuse to start. And now this year it's just like, I was like, no, I can start. Like, I'm good. Like, I can guard
can
all
do
these
it now.
girls.
You had the mental comeback.
Yeah.
Last year was just rough. Like, I don't think anybody was
Yeah.
in the right mindset.
Especially, like, from, like, the 2 years before
Yeah.
we were district champs. And then.
And we always get, like, he schedules harder scrimmages in the beginning of the year that are, like, farther away. So we get used to riding the bus.
Yeah.
Long distances. And then we just play really good teams usually. Like, that's not new. Like, we played good teams freshman year, and we were good. But I think he does it to kind of see where we're at.
Yeah.
But we played Lake, and Lake was really good last year, and that was not.
Yeah, that was
That was
the
not a
game
good-
where
yeah.
I crashed out.
No, I know. That's what made me think of it.
Everyone needs to crash out every once in a
Yeah,
while.
I
It's
literally
It's
walked
okay,
out of the
especially during
gym.
basketball. She
I went to the
back
locker room.
You know
That was not good.
I think
It's okay.
everyone deserves one every once in a while.
I just had to have my one episode, and that was fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good after that.
All right, next we're going to do the question Plinko board. This board has multiple different questions unrelated to basketball, and whatever it lands on, you guys have to answer.
I was so hoping you guys were gonna do this. I watched the one with the boys, and I was like,
we
I
did
hope
the
they do
wheel
this.
with the boys.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're doing
This is different?
now.
It's our
Yes.
first time with the Plinko board. Let's see if I can
Oh.
even reach it. Okay.
You
Go
got
with
it.
the
You
mic.
got it.
Okay. Let's see. We haven't even read these.
Ben J. Cole, was this a purchase of you?
We
Just
haven't
gotta
even read
purchase.
these questions
Slave
either, so they're
purchase.
new to all of us. What's the cheesiest movie moment or line you can think of?
I have no
I could
Yeah,
not.
that's a hard
I
one.
watched
Yeah.
too many movies for this.
Yeah.
Truth.
A little cheesy movie though is definitely The Notebook. I think it's kind of
Oh,
cheesy,
definitely.
Yeah.
but that movie is literally so goated. I love that movie. Can we
Wait,
do
I don't-
another one?
I don't watch romance movies, so I'm not
wanna
good
do
at that.
Yeah, we
Can
can do
we-
another one
can we-
actually. Let's get it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I was gonna say it went to the
Literally,
exact same
I
spot.
was gonna
Yeah,
say.
that was close. Okay. I don't even. Okay, let's get another one. Let's
Wait.
get another one.
I have
how do
one.
get
I have one.
The
Guys,
Jag coins.
have
Come
Jag
on,
coins.
They're not. Those are our hall passes from here.
bro.
No way.
Okay,
Okay.
we have.
Red one this time.
I think that had somebody's name on it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
mine
Oh my
from
gosh.
Norton's from last year.
We have a would you rather this time.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
Would you rather be forced to high five everyone you make eye contact with or strike up conversations with at least 5 strangers a day?
Strike up conversation. I love talking.
We know, Kolby.
I love to talk.
Our pregame huddles is me blabbing and then Kolby blabbing, and then that's like our whole thing.
Yep,
I-
yep, yep,
yeah.
yep, yep, yep.
But like, imagine you're like, when I was on the bench and the parents would like say stuff, I would turn around and stare at them,
And
like
literally-
the opposing parents. I'm like, I'm not high
and then
fiving
and then
them.
you have to give them a high five.
Yeah.
See,
Like-
I think I look at the ground a lot, so I think I'd be good high fiving people because I don't really make eye contact with people
Yeah.
that
See,
much.
I have a talking problem and a staring problem. So
I feel like I would say high five because I feel like I won't.
I would
pick-
say talking. I'd rather talk to 5 random people a day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because like if you go to the store, you can just talk to like the cashier.
Yeah, but it has
That's
to be
a
like
stranger.
But it has
But,
you
like-
have to strike up a conversation.
Yeah.
Even at
How's your
like
day
for
going?
basketball, we're like it's like foul shots and we're just like talking to people, like you and Addison Rhodes.
Dude, I would have to high five Addison Rhodes. It would be great.
But yeah, I definitely would like to talk to people.
So now it's time for the traditional question. What is the best cookie?
Oh my gosh, not this again.
Kolby bro.
I already know your answer, and I know SadieMae's answer.
Yeah.
Is
We're,
it yours?
we're
Are you
rivals.
a proud Beyond the Bureau listener?
I literally was cleaning my room and I listened to like 4 episodes. I'm not kidding.
Yes.
Isn't yours oatmeal raisin?
No, his.
We
Oh,
switch.
Okay, yours is oatmeal raisin.
Mine
and
was
yours
like
is
chocolate chip.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're rivals on the cookie debate.
and then like Nikita was like chocolate chip with peanut butter in it. Or, like,
we had to
butter
explain
chips.
what a crumble cookie was to him.
Oh yeah,
well,
he was like,
my
I
God.
hate crumble cookie. I hate it. And I'm like,
He's
okay.
being called out.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, Nick.
Nikita, that one's for you.
Drop.
This is another episode with many call-outs. We did during the choir one. We called out like 5 people.
At
And
least.
literally, you can't avoid it. Like it's,
No, it's impossible
happening.
at this point.
I don't know what my favorite cookie is.
I don't either.
That's like our
I just
go-to
like all
like
food.
basketball thing.
Yeah, wait. Jen does make really
I
good
was gonna say any of Jen's cookies or
Jen's
his
sugar
mom's.
cookies are good. Or was that his mom? Jenna's boy coach's
That was his
girlfriend.
mom.
Oh, well then his mom's sugar cookies are really good. She made us heart cookies with pink sprinkles for Valentine's Day. And we ate like all of them.
But Jen made really good chocolate chip
She
cookies.
did.
Basketball team exclusives.
Yes.
I love like all cookies. I
Become
don't think
a
I
Lady
can
Gym
pick
and basketball
one.
player for the cookies. That's
Yeah.
literally it.
Truth.
Actually, I really like Girl Scout s'more cookies. Those are like the
Oh,
best
Those
ones.
are
I like-
so good.
Samoas are horrible.
I was just gonna say
Whoa.
those are the
Thank you.
I
best.
I
hate Samoas.
I absolutely
I
disagree.
hate them.
I agree with you. Don't worry.
100%
Quinn, no.
disagree.
We're adding
no.
Girl Scout cookies to the
Crazy.
cookie
That's
debate now.
crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, you're gonna have to ask if people like them or not because I'm 100% would eat the whole box by myself.
Okay, what about the
Yeah,
s'more
me
ones?
too.
The s'more ones are so bad.
S'mores
are
are
so
so-
good.
S'mores are so good.
They're
Hey,
literally
s'mores
so
are
good.
good. You can't go wrong with a s'more, but
They were actually
I'm not gonna diss
talking-
on a cookie.
They were talking about Girl Scout cookies on the radio the other day and talking about how bad they are for you. And I literally went home and I just saw a Girl Scout box on my table and I was like, well,
You know
Well,
what?
It's a
I can't
sign.
avoid it.
It's a
It's
sign.
speaking to
Yeah.
me.
Alright.
I just
All
love
right. Is the
cookies.
cookie debate answered? Colby
All
just loves
cookies.
all
All
cookies.
cookies.
All
All
cookies.
cookies.
Can't go wrong with a cookie.
What about you?
I'm just thinking
I
about
said the
that.
sugar cookies.
I'm just gonna have to go with all cookies too. I mean, I don't really.
Benji
think
Cole,
I
what's your
Yeah.
favorite
don't
cookie?
Like a cookie.
I get a migraine every time I eat them. Like, I will go through like 3 months.
I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I still don't like them.
Oh
I
my
don't like
God,
them.
Crazy
That's
cookie
so
debate.
funny.
that actually.
That's
debate.
crazy.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of our episode. So come back next episode where we meet with some of the members of the GHS wrestling team. But before we go, we want to thank you guys one last time for joining us. And do you have any final thoughts or things you want to say?
I feel like the mints are underrated. I'm thinking
I'm
about
gonna have
them.
to
I'm
agree.
not a Thin Mint person.
And golden Oreos are better than the regular ones.
That's a lie.
Whoa.
Hot
Yeah, that
take.
is-
That's a lie.
That is a crazy take.
Hot
also.
take.
That is
That's crazy.
definitely
They're
a hot
so
take.
much better. They're so
No.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
That's just
wrong.
incorrect.
Okay, whatever.
That's just
I don't want to hear
incorrect.
it from either of you guys.
Man, do you have anything you want to say?
Not really. I'm good.
Everyone support the GHS girls basketball team any way you can and go, G-Men.
G-Men.